You already love your dog. That's not in question. But many of the moments dogs respond to most strongly are surprisingly small and social. And most of what we do for our dogs, the expensive food, the toys, the elaborate beds, registers far less than we think. What dogs actually need daily to feel genuinely secure and connected has almost nothing to do with things. It has to do with moments. Specific, scientifically grounded moments that speak directly to how their brain processes safety, trust, and belonging. Here are 7 of them. Each takes less than a few minutes, but the effect these moments create over time is the difference between a dog that lives with you and a dog that feels truly bonded to you. And stay until number 7 to finally unwoof your dog. Number 1, the morning acknowledgement. Think about your morning routine: alarm, phone, coffee, shower. Your dog has been watching you since before the alarm went off. And in those first minutes of the day, something important is either happening or it isn't. Dogs show strong greeting behavior and are clearly sensitive to the quality of attention they receive at points of social contact. These moments appear to function as signals, telling your dog something about your availability, your presence, and whether they register to you right now. You don't need to make it elaborate. 30 seconds of genuine, unhurried contact, getting down to their level, making soft eye contact, speaking in that warm tone they respond to, is enough to communicate something that matters. Attachment research consistently supports the importance of responsiveness and emotional quality in interactions, not just their length or frequency. It isn't about time, it's about whether you're actually there. Don't let your dog watch you leave for the day from across the room. Begin with them. Number 2, the decompression walk. Most dog walks are efficient: out, around the block, back inside. Exercise delivered, box ticked. But research into canine enrichment has found something that should shift how every owner thinks about walking. Dogs allowed to set their own pace, stopping freely, sniffing as long as they choose, show measurably lower stress indicators and greater post walk contentment than dogs walked on a tight schedule. Studies on sniffing as enrichment have linked free sniffing time to improved welfare indicators, reduced stress related behavior, and what researchers describe as greater optimism in dogs. A measurable tendency to interpret ambiguous situations more positively. This isn't incidental. A dog's olfactory system processes the world in a way we genuinely cannot imagine. The walk to your dog isn't just exercise, it's information, social connection with their environment. Exploration and scent and movement all matter simultaneously, but the sniffing tends to be the part owners cut short most often. Once a day, let them lead. Put the distance goal aside. Follow their nose. What looks like dawdling to you is for your dog very much the point. Number 3, the focused 5 minutes. This one is specifically about play, but not the kind most owners default to. Dogs retain strong predatory instincts from their evolutionary history, though these vary significantly across breeds and individuals. Their brains are structured around a sequence of behaviors: searching, stalking, chasing, catching. That, when engaged, tends to produce high arousal and reward. Play itself is broadly rewarding and activates positive neurological states. But the quality of engagement matters. A toy wave back and forth in a predictable arc doesn't offer much to orient toward. A toy that hides, pauses, darts unpredictably, and moves away, that engages a dog's attention in a qualitatively different way. The body lowers, the focus sharpens. The dog is genuinely in it. 5 minutes of play that genuinely engages your dog, where you can see them tracking, anticipating, committing, is meaningfully different from twice the time spent going through the motions. And play consistently strengthens the bond between dog and owner. You become associated with some of the most rewarding moments in your dog's day. That's a relationship worth building deliberately. Number 4, the physical check-in. There is a kind of touch that dogs find genuinely calming, and it's very different from the excited, energetic petting most owners naturally default to. Research on human-dog interaction has consistently shown that calm, slow, sustained contact is associated with measurable drops in cortisol, the stress hormone, in both dogs and their owners. The effect seems strongest when touch is gentle, predictable, and unhurried. Not a quick scratch, not rough, overstimulating affection. Slow, intentional contact that your dog's nervous system has time to settle into. Bonded dogs often guide this kind of contact toward the head, the ears, and the neck, areas they can't easily reach themselves, and where touch usually only comes from someone they trust. Of course, every dog is different. Some melt when you rub their ears. Others prefer the base of the neck or the chest. Pay attention to where your specific dog leans in instead of pulling away. But the most important part isn't where you touch them, it's the state while you're doing it. Research suggests dogs are constantly reading our emotional state during moments of contact. If you're distracted, rushing, or simply going through the motions, they likely feel that too. But if you're genuinely present, still, calm, fully there, they feel that as well. Sit with your dog, touch them slowly, actually be there. Both of you will feel the difference. Number 5, the training moment. Most people think of training as something you do to a dog. The science suggests it's something you do with them, and that distinction matters more than most owners realize. Research on canine cognition has found that dogs show strong engagement and positive responses during tasks that involve working with their owner. Collaborative interaction, attempting something together, responding to each other, building toward a shared outcome, appears to strengthen bonding-related responses in ways that solo activity doesn't replicate in the same way. You don't need a formal training program. A few minutes of teaching something new or revisiting something they know in a spirit of play and warmth is enough. What matters to your dog isn't the skill being learned. It's the experience of your attention being entirely on them responsibly for those few minutes. The feedback loop between the two of you, the sense of working together. That kind of focused, collaborative attention is something dogs respond to strongly. It is, in a very real sense, quality time in a language they're wired to receive. Number 6, the quiet shared space. Not every act of love makes noise. Research on canine attachment has found that dogs seek proximity to their bonded humans during rest, settling near or against them as an expression of security rather than neediness. In free-living dog groups, individuals rest closest to those they are most bonded to. Shared stillness is, in a dog's social language, a meaningful signal of trust and safety. When you allow your dog to be near you while you're doing something else entirely, reading, watching something, working, they're communicating something no treat or game can replicate. I don't need anything from you right now. I just want you near. For a dog, that kind of unconditional presence is associated with genuine calm. They're not waiting for something to happen. They're simply safe, close, and at rest beside their person. Don't always reach for them when they settle near you. Sometimes the greatest thing you can offer is simply not moving away. Number 7, the proper goodbye. This is one most owners never think about, and it may be contributing to more anxiety than almost anything else on this list. Research on separation stress in dogs has found that many dogs experience a rise in stress hormones shortly after their owner leaves. For dogs that are especially attached to their people, that stress response can last for quite a while. And interestingly, the way we say goodbye may play a role in how strongly they react. The science here isn't entirely black and white, but researchers have found that dramatic emotional farewells can sometimes make separation more difficult. When we turn leaving into a big event, dogs can learn to anticipate that something upsetting is about to happen. What tends to work better, especially for dogs that are prone to anxiety, is a calm, consistent, predictable routine. The same brief acknowledgement, the same quiet warmth, every single time. Dogs don't understand where we've gone the way another person would. They don't know we're heading to work or running a quick errand, but they do learn patterns. They learn routines, and over time they learn what those routines usually mean. That's what a consistent goodbye ritual provides. Not an explanation, a sense of familiarity, a pattern they recognize, a feeling they've experienced before and know how to move through. For a dog that looks to you as their source of safety, that kind of predictability can be incredibly reassuring. And sometimes it's one of the kindest gifts you can give them. None of these require money. Most require less than 5 minutes. What they require is intention. The decision to show up briefly and consistently in ways that speak directly to how your dog is actually wired, rather than assuming that presence alone is enough. Your dog is already devoted to you, completely and without condition. These 7 things are simply how you say it back in a language they understand. If this changed how you think about your daily routine with your dog, subscribe and continue to unwoof your best friend. And tell me in the comments which of these are you already doing and which one surprised you the most.